I'm back, dreamers. It's Dion Steek, amateur writer. Sorry for taking so long. I had a few issues with my recording device, so it gave me a bit of a headache, and I had to calm down for just a moment. Actually, I believe I missed out on the respects. There was another musician that passed away. Lemmy, the frontman of Motorhead, also passed away on the 28th of December. So we don't want to leave him out as well. So my condolences go out to his family as well. I am very eclectic when it comes to music, so I know a few names currently in the list of losses we've had at the end of last year and the beginning of this year. So any Motorhead fans out there, kind of like myself, actually, blessings, and like I said before, honey, let's heal. I'm hurting with you. Like I said before, these are voices that define our generation. So if we forget one, it's like disrespecting all of them. So I try not to forgive one of them. If I do, I apologize. All right. Well, in this video, we're going to go ahead and continue our three-parter of the decisions in the world is in your hands section of chapter 1, like I promised. So just bear with me. Okay, now this decision to decline Claudio's request and make other plans. Now that is a negative decision to a lot of people, but there is positive and negative, good and bad in every decision. So just pay very close attention and note that some of this is going to be repeated, and that's because it's a different version of the same thing. So don't be like, oh, I've heard this before. Just listen, pay attention, and like I always say in each video, chill, calm down. It's time to get relaxed. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself a drinky, get yourself a munchy, some smoky, whatever you do. We're gonna take our 10 seconds to give anyone some time. So we're going to start that right now. Pause it. All right, people. Now, oh my goodness. It's been a long day if you haven't noticed by now. But I'm going to finish this up. Here we go. I can't do it, Claudio. I'm sorry. This isn't the answer he wanted. To hear the last trustworthy person he knows refuse him, emotionally or not. A sharp sensation pierces Claudio's heart. The pain of feeling abandoned. Why he feels this way should be obvious. Claudio harbors great faith in Angel, and his refusal has greatly weakened him, both mentally and spiritually. You're his brother, D, so he'll listen to you more than he would me. Angel explains, wrestling with his emotions behind the veil of his teary smile. And Leo and I, we lost our connection a long time ago So it's impossible for me. I mean, I want to, but I know I'll fail tragically. Would you not at least try? Claudio's question pinches a tender spot in Angel's heart, provoking him to turn away and hide his emotions. This lowers Claudio's heart with sorrow. She would say head. Yeah. This lowers Claudio's head with sorrow as he reflects on his worth to Leonardo. I see. I cannot place such burdens on you. He apologetically realizes. It would be insensitive, no? Leo cares about his drugs, club hours, and women more than he does me. I see him around the city every now and then. I speak to him, but he ignores me. He doesn't even look my way. Judging from the expression in Angel's voice, he's telling the truth. Claudio knows the quality of Angel's voice when he's being honest, a distinct sincerity only he's capable of noticing. I still have the charm he made for me when we were younger. Angel turns, fetching a hand-made charm bracelet from his robes that, while dated, appears clean and brand new. I never leave home without it. It's something I hold on to in hopes that he changes someday. Claudio takes a moment to admire the care Angel has placed into preserving his elder brother's present. You were kind enough to polish it. He compliments, realizing the value Angel placed into the item. That makes me happy. Thank you, JG. No, T. Thank you for being such a good brother and a good friend. It is, how you say, natural, no? With charisma like yours. I'm pretty sure it is. The two friends, despite their doubts about the potential outcome of this intervention, share a round of laughter. Claudio knows Angel's trying to boost his confidence, and Angel is well aware of that. Ignoring his doubts for a second, Angel makes plans. I've got a date with the daycare tomorrow, he mentions, but I wouldn't mind catching a movie with you later in the evening. And Leo can come too, if he's up to it, that is. Claudio's expressions illuminate with delight. Certainly. The Leonardo, I know, enjoys cinema, especially if it is loud and exciting. Okay, but what about you? Do you enjoy cinema? Only in the company of people like yourself, those I can enjoy it with. Claudio's compliment brings a smile to Angel's face, before he notices a rather curious expression in Claudio's eyes. Could you, watch the door for me? He asks, as the serpent, I may need your. I may need help carrying Leonardo home. Angel nods and smiles. Yes, of course. It's the least I can do, right? I am nervous, Gigi. I cannot lie. Yeah, me too. Oh, oh, you're smiling. This is your nervous face, no? Sometimes, see, you have to smile to keep from crying. And there are times when even that doesn't work. Claudio hears sincerity in Angel's voice, once again confirming how deeply he feels about the situation. Angel smiling through his pain, and every moment or so, you can tell he's feigning his emotions, just to keep Claudio at ease. Let's go, he initiates. Leonardo needs your help, and fast. Claudio nods agreeably. Yes, with haste, my friend. You see how differently that began off? Uh-huh. Now, you may hear some familiar stuff in this next portion, but like I said before, just hang in there. I'm not forcing you to listen to this, but you know, hey, it's all in love. This is where it starts getting interesting. Listen, now, come on, watch this. The White Serpent, Fiorentina's regional nightclub, as well as an infamous trafficking outlet for drug dealers. Dubbed the Serpent and the White House by locals, the nightclub operates from 23 hours to 3 hours and is under ownership of the Aquino family. Rivals to Claudio's family, the Sanatoria. Why Leonardo would immerse himself into Aquino territory is a mystery to his family, and now Angel, who joins Claudio's mission to liberate his elder brother. Euphoria is high in the Serpent tonight, given most of the club is under the influence of Jet, short for Jetson, a drug that's virtually this reality's cocaine. Seriously, it's a wonder why the government hasn't closed down the Aquino's business. Many previous generation Fiorentines, especially senior citizens, have been attempting to put the Aquinos out of business for years, given they've done nothing but contribute to the declination of today's youth. Unfortunately, the Aquinos' financial power and governmental influence have been a huge asset in preventing this. Their influence, however, doesn't end with finances alone. Dirty secrets kept under wraps by upper, professional, and political class citizens. This is why some people call Fiorentina a city of fools, for most of its citizens condone meaningless revel and reckless social conduct. Due to the aforesaid immoralities, the city's criminal rate is ranked as the highest in Uvenia, excuse me. At the height of these crimes are drug trafficking, murder, arson, and theft. The most common social influences attributed to these crimes are suicide and euthanasia. The latter is considered to be unlawful. Unfortunately, the former is due to more than just stated criminal activity. Some things, horrible things that needn't be mentioned, they too have caused much grief and despair in Fiorentina. The Teaquinos are infamous for being avid supporters of the city's current social behavior. They contribute to it, finance it, almost as if it were appeasing to observe such detrimental behavior. a sick, twisted display of sociopathy that only the Aquanos find pleasurable. A disgusting display of humanity indeed. Tonight is the night, ladies. Let us enjoy this while it lasts. Leonardo is a product of the Aquanos' sociopathic pleasures. He's currently high on jet, surrounded by women, out of his mind, literally, seated at the northernmost corner of the nightclub, the VIP section. This can only mean Leonardo is a regular, and everyone knows the Aquanos appreciate good business. If only she were here. Oh. This would be one hell of a party. He slurs, inciting a round of laughter, though his ladies of the evening are ignorant towards whom Leonardo is speaking about. And I'm not going to get too out of hand. Like I did in the last video, you know how it sounds. So I won't do all that. Alright? But who needs him when I have all of you? The current heir to the Aquino family name, Dante, observes Leonardo's irrational behavior from the third floor's guard railing, his expressions confessing a sense of contentment that's nothing short of mental illness. Seems like our favorite customer is enjoying himself, as usual, he says, capturing the attention of an enigma idling at his side. You. Go and silence him for good. Yes, Master Dante. As you wish. The enigma bows to Dante, whom he subserviently addressed as master, before leaving the third floor for the first via the nightclub's central staircase. Once he reaches the base of the staircase, he immerses himself into a sea of jet-infused clubbers and uses them as a means to stalk the unsuspecting Leonardo, busy with his ladies of the evening. Look at him. High on jets, throwing himself to those whores. The enigma taunts in the deepest contemplation as he carefully approaches his target. Typical sanatoria filth. It will be more than a pleasure to spill his blood tonight, right, chameleon? Now note that he's saying chameleon. That's something else that you need to pay attention to. The amethyst gemstone upon the enigma's ring resonates with a faint light, almost as if it were sentient, as he finally closes space with Leonardo's party circle. Fortunately for the unsuspecting Leonardo, his brother Claudio and their friend Angel arrive, an act that forces the enigma to exercise an extraordinary talent: invisibility. Ironically, this incredible feat goes undetected for two specific reasons. One, moments ago, the enigma exercised an inaudible sacred right to access an alternate dimension called Purgatorio, which enables him to move stealthily amid his endeavors. And two, he is obviously a fighting soldier in the war between the Brotherhood and the Order. These abilities are apparently attributed to gifts bestowed upon him, as no normal man is capable of such wonders. Returning to the scenario, Angel stands near the entrance to the dance floor as Claudio approaches his drugged elder brother. Using his smarts, Angel blends in with the crowd while keeping an eye on Claudio's progress. He does get approached by a euphoric clubber, but quickly refuses the invitation with a smile and a wave. As he finally comes face to face with his older brother, Claudio's spirit overflows with emotion, seeing how drugged Leonardo has become. His heart screams, "This isn't my brother, this isn't my brother." But no matter how hard he tries to deny it, his eyes aren't lying to him. This is real. This is his elder brother, Leonardo, high on Jetson. Big brother, I have come to see you, he announces, earning an annoyed reaction from the drugged Leonardo. And, I ask that you come with me. We need to have a talk. It is important, very important. You go away. I have nothing to say to you. So disappear. Leonardo's cold response tickles his ladies for the evening before he begins laughing himself. Now pay attention to that. See, now when he was confronted with Angel, what did he do? He didn't take him seriously. Yeah, but with his brother, oh, this is a totally different light now, isn't it? Cloud, excuse me. Leonardo's cold response tickles his ladies for the evening before he begins laughing himself. Claudio chokes on his emotions for a moment before shaking his head, refusing to cooperate in silence. No. He says no. I demand his disappearance. Just like our father. Leonardo teases, excuse me, further tickling his company with those slips of the tongue, y'all. just like, just like, that bastard. You are nice, oh Claudio. Leave. Now. Claudio maintains his distance to not pose any threats, considering how emotional Jet makes a person. He then refuses once again, this time choosing to voice his concerns. Leonardo, what has our father done to make you behave so recklessly? His elder brother gives him an annoyed stare, before trolling away to gaze at what he can visually discern of the atmosphere. I want to help you, big brother, before it is too late. Claudio confesses. I miss you, Leonardo. I miss how close we used to be before all of this. Giovanna, Marcello, mother, even father misses you, Leonardo. And we don't want to lose you. So please, just only once, big brother. Let me be the one to help you. I beg of you. Angel notices Leonardo's reactions from a distance. Reactions far more severe than the ones he suffered in the past. He closes his eyes for a moment, shakes his head and says a silent prayer before sensing something peculiar about the air. Palpability, a curious phenomenon that's somewhat transient at first, but then regenerates moments later. What the hell? He confuses in deep thought. Is going on here? The air. It's almost as if I could grab it with my bare hands. The atmosphere is cold yet solid, a most unusual sensation. It's almost as if death were passing him by. Focusing on this sensation, his mind wanders to a mental realm that feels vaguely familiar. How strange. This feeling. Why does my heart feel so heavy? Angel returns his attention to Claudio's familial confrontation to notice something transparent yet solid looming behind Leonardo. He can see him, the enigma stalking his prey like an unseen predator. Angel wants to move. He wants to say something. But no matter how strongly he feels, he can't find the courage to face a man who has literally discarded him on several occasions.
I also miss what we had. Very much.
Leonardo's confession ironically sounds beyond the crowd. Despite the volume of his voice, the serpent remains unfazed, parting like nothing else matters. The atmosphere then becomes distorted, and everything seems to lose its momentum.
Fine. Fine. We can talk.
The drugged clubber surrenders.
For we are brothers, and my anger towards father has nothing to do with you, right? For you are swirly.
Leonardo laughs in a fit of jet-infused hysteria.
You are not well, big brother. Come, let us fix this together.
Claudio extends his hand to his elder brother, who returns his attention to his devout sibling. Angel was right to trust Claudio with his elder brother. Leonardo reaches for his younger brother's hand, but then a sharp slick sound, like a knife cutting through flesh, is heard. Then, Claudio is traumatized. The heads of the ladies for the evening part from their bifurcated throats.
Oh my God. What is happening? How are their heads?
His fear is heightened by an unseen trajectory from the atmosphere that encircles Leonardo and forcefully pulls him away from Claudio. Angel also panics at the sight of Leonardo being manhandled like a fleshy toy. Then, Leonardo spontaneously combusts, his remains a grody viscera of what once was, reddening the area. Claudio falls to his knees in shock.
Leonardo. Big brother. No. No. No.
This should be impossible. Something like this. This shouldn't be happening. How could a person's head part from their body without the proper lethal force? How could a man ascend, fling around, and explode in a matter of seconds? It's cruel yet ironic. This happened right when Leonardo made a positive decision.
How does it feel, Claudio?
The lamenting sibling looks over his shoulder to see the approaching Dante.
to watch your elder brother die. I do not have any elder siblings, and I care little for my baby sister, so I'm inexperienced with such emotions. Don't take the Akno. You. Claudio stands with rising ire, only to be held at gunpoint by none other than the unseen enigma at his rear. That familiar sound, an unlocking gun. He's heard it many times before, which is why he dares not move a single inch. You killed him. Claudio dares to speak, even if they might be his last words. You killed Leonardo, didn't you? How? Why? Why? Why are you deaf and dumb, Claudio? Since, since you have forgotten that much, here's my answer. I hate the sanatoria with every breath I breathe, with every step I make there. A simple answer for a simple question. Dante's impassioned response serves well in reviving a hint of Claudio's sanity, post-traumatic or not. Still, he has some concerns that must be answered if he's ever to find a closure in the future. That much I know, but how did this happen? Fireflies, the spiritual unification of life and death. In other words, the embodiment of existence, what we come from, what sustains us, what makes us spiritual beings. Something else your father has neglected to teach you besides common sense. Dante smirks devilishly as the enigma finally reveals himself. Angel ires in silence before he begins incessantly searching for something. He desperately chases an unseen desire for action, even if it's already too late. If you did not come here, you would have lived long enough to mourn in peace. Dante continues, taunting Claudia with a poisonous smile. Unfortunately, you chose to intervene, and now you must die. Goodbye, Claudio Sanatoria. Fortunately, Angel's quick on his feet, quick enough to leap from the west unnoticed and fiercely impale Mark Antony's skull with a razor-sharp steak knife. In a flash, everything goes black in the Enigma's eyes as he is driven headfirst onto the dance floor, dead, defeated in what seemed like a matter of seconds, a kill for a kill, a loss for a loss. I have no idea how I was able to move that fast. Angel stands, his hands stained with Mark Antony's blood. Maybe it was the recollection of what idling by and doing nothing can result in. Leonardo and his ladies are dead. And now, the same can be said for this asshole. All because of you, Dante. Angel's sadistic words scar Dante's pride, provoking his innermost rage. This pleases the normally cool-headed Angel, who reveals a more sinister side of himself. So tell me, Dante, how does it feel to be responsible for so much bloodshed? Song Chanchi, or as you would have it, Angel, bastard friend and supporter of the sanatoria, but nothing more than a meddling queer in my eyes. Dante laughs at Angel, provoking the same reaction from him. Claudia observes as a curious expression develops in his friend's eyes. A look of bloodlust. Then, with the reflexes of a feline, Angel tosses his weapon at Dante with deadly precision and impales him through the right shoulder. ah, 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 how the... He plummets onto his knees, defeated before he could even make his move. You... fucking queer. I'll... In the moments before Angel delivered a final blow, he reflected on all the pain suffered and never mended, time lost to issues he had little knowledge about, and the sorrow he endured in silence for many nights, many days, constantly harboring a desire for resolution. Leonardo and several others were killed tonight, and now Dante has also lost his life. Ironically, Claudia was stuck in the same position Angel was moments ago, observing from a distance as the latter sped forth in Dante's disorientation, and delivered a devastating, chopping punch to the back of Dante's head. This attack, while simple in nature, was executed with so much brute force that it completely shattered Dante's spinal cord. A shard of his cord punctured his brain, which inevitably ended him for good, something Angel partially regrets. D. Oh, I'm sorry. But after seeing all that, he turns to his friend who has succumbed to sorrow and confusion. I just couldn't hold back anymore. Besides, there's a time to be nice and a time to be nasty. This was one of those times, and I know you're probably scared shitless right now. I just hope you can completely understand my actions. If not now, someday. He's silent, but Claudio does understand what Angel did. He's just having a hard time expressing himself at the moment. I know we're in deep shit because of this, but I wouldn't take doing this back, not for a second. And here I was thinking this wouldn't get so ugly. Looks like I was wrong, huh? Cruelty and irony. Something that seems to be a revolving element in this portion of our story. It all stems from the resolution made on the bridge, in a manner like the domino effect. Wrong. You were wrong. Claudio reflects on what just happened, striking Angel's attention. He approaches with realization in his eyes, his arms folded, as if he's in the deepest of contemplation. This scene, Gigi, I remember this happening before, he confesses his eyes widening in shock, before he begins remembering things. You were standing there, covered in blood. Dante was dead at your feet. My brother and those women murdered. But something is dreadfully wrong here because this scenario, it wasn't supposed to. I know, T. We screwed up. Again. Realization resonates with the fireflies, provoking them to perform a devastating feat. They gather as one, tearing through the very fabric of reality itself, and manifest the final hour. Fine saeculi. Claudio freezes with awe before Angel further explains something. My decision to leave everything to you. It was justly made, but it wasn't the right thing to do, he admits, realizing the error of his ways. Leonardo, he needed something I couldn't give him. Something I thought he didn't want. Love. But someone like me, someone with so much baggage, I couldn't possibly give him something like that. Funny. It was my insecurity that ruined everything. No, Gigi. You can't be blamed for this because this is not how things are supposed to happen. It is not your fault. Claudio calms down as memories of another reality return to him, bit by bit. The same thing that's happening for Angel. Despite the blood in Angel's hands, Claudio takes his friend's left into his right. And shares a moment of remembrance at the end of the world. This world. It was the wish of a dearly devoted friend. He smiles. To give us another chance. And, unfortunately, our chance was wasted. It is saddening, but but as we both know, each wish, each reality is connected by one dream. This may be the end for us, but for the next reality. But not for the next reality, by word of my mother. Excuse me. Yes, Gigi, you're correct. We can only hope they make the right decision. In the next few moments, the black sun manifests in the dead skies, looming above all, like the eye of a skybound demon. Fireflies collect in the solar flames of the deepest pitch, draining the frozen earth of the last of its life force. This, as a result, causes the once beautiful heavenly body to lose its spiritual foundation and cave into itself, taking the lives of the stranded Claudio and Angel in the process. The black sun absorbs the remnant earth, its fireflies, and the dearly departed, until not even the faintest memory is left. Nothing but silence. This was one of many realities, all of them anomalous except for one. You see, a resolution doesn't always have to be the right thing to do. Sometimes bad things must happen in order to achieve positive results, and the same can be said vice versa. Then there are times when doing absolutely nothing will reap varied results, sometimes negative, sometimes positive, but regardless, a resolution will be met. In this chronology of realities, all must be considered, for the fate of mankind depends on your decision. Chapter 1b, Death and Ruin, complete. All is lost. Yeah, this is the bad ending. But hey now, something good still came out of this.
you paid attention, you'll notice that there's both good and bad in this. So, hey, we got to know a little bit more about certain characters, certain alternate things. So don't feel too bad. Now, even if this is your resolution, like I said um, like I said before, listen to or read, follow along with me as I recite this because everything is synced, everything is linked. If you miss one part, you're not going to understand something else. So, yeah, that it's all about the experience. It's all about the love, people. Now, I'm not going to um, stretch this out any further, but I will say RCS, and that is rate, comment, subscribe. Um, I'll be back momentarily. I have to do some editing to this video, just like the last one. And now remember, be free, be open-minded, and love each other. Excuse me. Be back shortly. Blessings.